Hey guys, welcome back. It's been a couple days since I've done a video. You know, a little busy this weekend, but this is something I've kind of wanted to talk about for a little bit now, and just why. I don't understand why. Obviously, it has to do with Vegas, and some of the things that they've been doing that literally leave you, you know, like in the thumbnail, it makes you go, what are they doing? But before I get into that, again, I'd like to welcome you all, and if you're new, hopefully, if you're new, welcome, obviously, and hopefully you like the video. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you really like it, hit that subscribe button down there. It'd be absolutely fantastic. I would greatly appreciate it, because I want to have every hockey fan. You know, I want to be able to get to every hockey fan possible. So hopefully you enjoy. You know, and if this ends up being the first video you see, cool. You know, go back, check out some of the other videos. If you like them, hit that subscribe button. It'd be fantastic. I would greatly appreciate it. And now, Vegas. This is a team that, you know, they came out of nowhere the first year. You know, they drafted a team. Everybody was kind of like, you know, what? You know, these guys aren't going to really do much. You know, what are they going to do? And they made a run. They made a run all the way to the Stanley Cup final. And you know, it was pretty cool. But they've made some weird moves lately, especially the last couple of years. When they re-signed Robin Lehner, which kind of threw a lot of people off, thinking, you've got $10 million wrapped up in two goaltenders. You know, what are you doing? And a lot of people were thinking, okay, that means Fleury's probably on the way out. Which we kind of, I kind of thought too, especially considering where their cap was and what they had for cap space, which was not much. So they go and they trade Marc-Andre Fleury. They trade him basically for nothing. Just, here you go, Chicago. Have the reigning Vezina Trophy winner. It didn't make any sense. I was scratching my head. I mean, I knew why they did it. They wanted to do a cap dump. They wanted to dump that $5 million to free up some cap space. Which, okay, fine. And then of course Chicago trades Fleury to the Wild, and they get something back for him. So, I mean, Chicago ended up doing really good. And, of course, Fleury ends up signing for the next 2 years to be here in Minnesota. But then as they're dealing with their cap issues, they try to trade Evgeny Dadonov to Anaheim last year at the trade deadline. And you would think, before you try to trade somebody, do they have a no trade list? You know, you might want to look into that. Vegas didn't look into that. And of course they tried to go and say, well, you know, it was Ottawa's responsibility to tell us. No, you traded for him. You should have known this. And especially if you were planning on trading him, you should have, I don't know, maybe looked for it to see. Because you make the trade to Anaheim, and he's like, no, this team's on my no trade list. And they're like, wait, what? You have a no trade list? Duh. So it's the weirdest thing. They announce him, you know, that we're going to trade him. Cool. And then they weren't able to trade him. They had to bring him back. So, I mean, that made absolutely no sense. They do end up finally trading him. But then basically what they end up doing also is they trade for Jack Eichel, a player who has a $10+ million cap hit. Wondered at the time, how is Vegas doing this? They're already above the cap. And now they go out and they get Jack Eichel to freaking make him, even way more over the cap? It didn't make any sense. And they traded Alex Tuch, Peyton Krebs, Vegas's 2022 first-round pick, which ended up being Noah Ostlund, to Buffalo for Jack Eichel. So, I mean, you're basically paying, you're letting 3 guys go for 1, and Alex Tuch, since going to Buffalo, he's loved it. He's absolutely loved it. He's from the area, and he's been incredible for them. And he's enjoying it, and he enjoys it. So far, Buffalo's won that trade. But they're still over the cap. They're still way over the cap. I mean, they've gone out. They've had a tendency to, whatever the nice shiny new toy is, Vegas is like, we got to go get him. Mark Stone, Alex Pietrangelo, Max Pacioretty, Jack Eichel. You're like, what's the shiny new toy here? They go out and get it. Well, they're still very much over the cap. They still are having cap issues. So they end up having to trade Max Pacioretty to the Carolina Hurricanes for nothing. They traded Pacioretty for free, basically. Or, as they say, for future considerations. Future considerations, okay. Basically nothing. They basically traded Pacioretty to the Hurricanes for nothing. It is crazy that this is a team that, I mean, they're basically having to give these guys away and get nothing in return because they have no foresight in what their cap issue is going to be, what their team's going to look like. They've been hell-bent since their expansion year, since their inaugural season, that we want to win a Stanley Cup in the first 5 years, and they've done it. They've gone balls to the wall and tried to get, a lot of these big name guys. It hasn't worked. They've been massively over the cap, and now they're having to unload guys for free, for basically nothing. And when you look at basically the Eichel deal, look at the guys that they've had to give up in the Eichel deal. Basically, if you actually laid this trade out, nobody would take it. There's no way that we have to give up what for this guy? No, hell no. You wouldn't do it, not in your right mind. The Jack Eichel trade basically has cost Vegas Alex Tuch, Peyton Krebs, Noah Ostlund, and also Buffalo gets another. I think it's it might be a protected second round pick in next year's draft. So I mean, right there you got 4 guys there, 3 that you know for sure, and a draft pick that Buffalo will have next year. You gave that to Buffalo, and then you have to give up Max Pacioretty for free. You've given up 5 guys for basically Jack Eichel, because you're so vastly over the cap, and none of it makes any sense. I don't know. I mean, I get the fact that you're hell bent on wanting to bring a Stanley Cup to Vegas. I get it. You know, we'd love to be able to bring a Stanley Cup here to Minnesota too. But you know, we wouldn't be doing what they're doing. It's just what they're doing is absolutely insane. And the moves that they have done, who in their right mind would basically would give these guys up for Jack Eichel? Eichel's a good player, don't get me wrong. But really? Alex Tuch, Peyton Krebs, Noah Ostlund, a second round pick in next year's draft, and Max Pacioretty for Eichel. That's basically the trade tree here that surrounds Eichel. And of course you got the messed up Dadonov trade that they couldn't figure out, you know, oh gee, has no trade clause? Really? We didn't know that. It just doesn't make sense. None of that seems to make any sense. Vegas is still having cap issues. It's just it blows my mind. Absolutely blows my mind that Vegas is doing this, and they still have cap issues. Let me see real quick here, because being that I found Cap Friendly, I enjoy Cap Friendly very, very much. It is very cool. I need to. Okay, that's the recent trades. They're showing what the recent trades are. Oh yeah, Vegas traded Max Pacioretty and Dylan Coghlan. That was the other guy. I was like, Carolina got two guys out of that for free. And Dylan Coghlan. It's still just none of that seems to make any sense. And I don't know. It's weird. So Vegas still, let me see, where's Vegas here? There they are. They are still, even giving up Pacioretty, they are still almost $1.4 million over the cap. And that's trading Pacioretty and his $7+ million. I don't know. I don't know what Vegas is thinking, but I know they whatever nice shiny new toy that potentially comes available next year, I can't imagine Vegas being in on them, but we didn't think they'd be trying to get Jack Eichel either, and they did. But yeah, these moves that they have done have ended up really biting them in the backside. I mean, seriously. I mean, you're having to give up all these assets. You give up Marc-Andre Fleury for free. You tried to trade Dadonov when he had a no trade to the team you tried to trade him to. Then you go and you trade for Jack Eichel and give up some pretty good pieces. And then you lose Max Pacioretty. And shall we say too, who did they give up to get Max Pacioretty? Nick Suzuki. Nick Suzuki. Pretty darn good player for the Montreal Canadiens. Really good player. They traded Nick Suzuki to get Pacioretty. None of these moves make sense. And then, of course, you look, now they had to give Pacioretty away for free. It just, none of it makes any sense. It's so dumb. But the crazy thing is with this team and the team that they have, the roster they have, this is potentially a Stanley Cup team. As much as they can't seem to do math, really, they can't seem to do math. They don't know how to count. They don't know how to figure out what cap space is, or that there is a salary cap. This is a team that could win the Stanley Cup. They really could. The talent on this team is incredible. Even though they can't figure out how to asset manage, this is a team that can still win the Stanley Cup. And that's the crazy thing. Because, they're a good team. They really are. The talent they have on the team is incredible. Again, they can't seem to manage their cap for anything, but this is a team that could win the Stanley Cup. If they can, especially if they can stay healthy, if injuries don't bite them in the butt, they could not only be a playoff team next year, but depending on how good the goaltending is, would you want to see them in the playoffs? I don't think I would. But yeah, that's my little thoughts on the monotony of the Vegas Golden Knights and the moves they've made the last couple of years. What do you guys think of the moves that Vegas has made over the last couple of years? Do you think a lot of them made sense? Did it make sense to get Jack Eichel? Did it make sense to trade away Nick Suzuki to bring in Max Pacioretty, who then you gave to Carolina for free? What do you guys think of these? What do you guys think of these moves? I'd love to know, and especially the fact that they're still over the salary cap. I'd love to know what you guys think about that. Let me know in the comments section. That would be awesome. And yeah, if you're new to the channel, if you're just cruising around online, and you happen to come across this video and come across the channel, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit like and subscribe. That would be fantastic. I would greatly appreciate it. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys again soon.